Have you ever met someone and felt an instant magnetic pull? That spark, that inexplicable connection we call chemistry. It's a powerful feeling, often romanticized in movies and songs as the sole foundation of love. But what if I told you that this chemistry is just the tip of the iceberg? That beneath the surface of that initial spark lie deep, psychological currents that have been shaping your attractions your entire life. Welcome to our deep dive into the psychology of attraction, where we explore why we are drawn to certain people and how it is so much more than just a random chemical reaction. Let's start by challenging the popular notion of chemistry. While hormones like oxytocin and dopamine certainly play a role in creating feelings of bonding and pleasure, they don't tell the whole story. The real question is, what triggers that chemical cascade in the first place? Why would this person and not another? The answer often lies in our past, specifically in our earliest relationships and the attachment styles we developed. Psychologists John Bowlby and Mary Ainsworth identified 3 primary attachment styles in childhood: secure, anxious, and avoidant. A securely attached child feels safe and loved, confident that their caregiver is a reliable source of comfort. An anxiously attached child often feels uncertain, craving closeness but fearing abandonment. And an avoidant child learns to be self-reliant, suppressing their need for intimacy because they've learned that reaching out for it can lead to disappointment. Now, fast forward to adulthood. These early templates become the blueprints for our romantic relationships. If you had a secure attachment, you're more likely to be drawn to partners who are also secure, building relationships based on trust, mutual respect, and healthy independence. You feel comfortable with intimacy and aren't afraid of being alone. Your chemistry is often a calm, steady flame rather than a volatile explosion. But what if your attachment style is anxious or avoidant? This is where things get fascinating. Anxiously attached individuals often find themselves intensely drawn to avoidant partners. Why? This dynamic, often called the anxious-avoidant trap, perfectly recreates the emotional landscape of their childhood. The anxious person's need for reassurance is constantly triggered by the avoidant's need for space, creating a painful but familiar cycle of pursuit and withdrawal. The intense highs and lows of this dynamic can be easily mistaken for passionate chemistry, but it's often a sign of unresolved attachment wounds, seeking a familiar pattern. It's like your subconscious is saying, "I've been here before. I know this dance. Maybe this time, I can fix it. Maybe this time, I can finally get the love and security I've always craved." This is the psychology of repetition compulsion, where we are unconsciously drawn to situations that mirror unresolved issues from our past, in an attempt to finally gain mastery over them. So, the intense spark you feel might not be a sign of a perfect match, but rather a sign that this person activates your deepest unmet needs and unresolved conflicts. It's a powerful, compelling pull, because it speaks to the very core of your emotional history. The avoidant partner, in turn, might be drawn to the anxious partner because their constant need for closeness validates the avoidant's belief that intimacy is overwhelming and suffocating, reinforcing their desire for independence. It's a perfect, albeit painful, psychological lock and key. This leads us to another profound layer: the concept of the imago, developed by Harville Hendrix. Imago theory suggests that we unconsciously seek partners who resemble our primary caregivers, both in their positive and negative traits. We are drawn to people who feel familiar, who embody the emotional world we grew up in. Your subconscious creates a composite image and imago of the people who raised you. When you meet someone who fits this imago, your old brain lights up and says, "There. That's the one. They can heal my childhood wounds." This doesn't mean you're looking for an exact clone of your parent. It's more subtle. Maybe your partner shares your father's quiet stoicism or your mother's specific sense of humor. Or, more challenging, perhaps they share a parent's emotional unavailability or critical nature. Again, the unconscious goal is not to repeat the pain, but to heal it. By choosing a partner who mirrors a caregiver, you're given a second chance to resolve old wounds within the safety of an adult relationship. The chemistry you feel is the recognition of this profound opportunity for healing and growth. So, how do we navigate this complex inner world? The first step is awareness. Instead of just being swept away by chemistry, ask yourself deeper questions. What does this person remind me of? What feelings do they bring up in me that feel familiar from my past? Does this connection feel calm and safe? Or does it feel like a roller coaster of anxiety and relief? Understanding your own attachment style is crucial. There are many resources and quizzes online that can help you identify whether you lean secure, anxious, or avoidant. This self-knowledge is not about blaming your parents or pathologizing your attractions. It's about empowerment. When you understand the why behind your pull to someone, you move from being a passive participant in your love life to an active, conscious creator. You can begin to distinguish between an attraction based on trauma bonding and one based on genuine compatibility and shared values. For those with anxious or avoidant tendencies, the goal is to move towards earned security. This means consciously working to heal your attachment wounds, often with the help of a therapist or through dedicated support. It involves learning to self-soothe, to communicate your needs clearly and calmly, and to choose partners who are capable of meeting you in a secure and loving way, even if it doesn't feel as intensely sparky at first. A secure connection might feel less like a fireworks show and more like a warm, glowing hearth. It might not have the dramatic tension your nervous system is used to, and at first, that might even feel boring. But this boredom is actually peace. It's the feeling of safety. It's the stable ground upon which true, lasting love can be built. Attraction is a profound messenger from your soul. It points to what's been wounded, what's been lost, and what yearns to be found and made whole. That initial spark, that chemistry, is not the destination. It's the invitation. It's an invitation to look deeper, to understand yourself with more compassion, and to consciously choose a path toward healing and genuine connection. True intimacy isn't about finding someone who completes you, but about finding someone who inspires you to complete yourself. The most magnetic and attractive quality, in the end, is soul. When you understand your own inner landscape, you can navigate the world of relationships with wisdom and grace, building connections that are not just about chemistry, but about conscious, courageous, and profound love. Thank you for joining this exploration into the depths of attraction. If this resonated with you, please like, share, and subscribe for more journeys into the heart of psychology and the soul. We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, be kind to yourself.